So much for being here. We are very proud and happy to have with us a great artist and a great friend of the NGO world and a friend of the United Nations. It is wonderful having the first counselor here from Saudi Arabia, the former ambassador from Bangladesh, the former ambassador from Tanzania. That's why I knew that was wrong. And it's wonderful to have so many wonderful ambassadors with us and all of you together to be here to enjoy this great art and know that this art exhibit has also supported the NGO conference and is a part of the NGO conference. This exhibit would not be here or possible without the NGO conference which is going on these days. We hope you are all a part of it, and we thank you very much for being with us. We thank your excellencies for being with us. We thank our special guest, our wonderful artist, for being with us. And I see that the new chair of the NGO DPI Executive Committee is coming to join us as well. The wine may be gone, but we are very happy to have you, sir. This is Bruce Knotts. Thank you all for being here, and we hope you get to take some pictures with us, but also that you get to enjoy this wonderful art, which is also about the ecology, about sustainability. So it is more than just art. It is art with a purpose, and that is really what we are hoping that you enjoy. There are other people here from the NGO conference. Margot Lazara, who is one of the planners of the conference, is here with us today. There are several other people who helped make this conference, and without it, we would not have this wonderful art show. So thank you all. Sheshe, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, sir. Pleasure.
Come, welcome to the stage. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you for welcome. Undertakes all exhibition opening ceremony in live homeland. Please recognize my warmest regards on invitation, open environment protection.随着科技进步和社会生产力的极大发展，人力创造了前所未有的物质财富，加速了文明发展的进程。
Okay, I'll do translation. The tremendous advance in technological development and innovations has brought vast material wealth and accelerated the global development.
与此同时，人口急剧增加，资源过度消耗，环境污染、生态破坏、气候变化等日益突出，成为全球性的重大问题。
At the same time, we have to tackle difficult problems such as overpopulation, environmental pollution, and the global climate change.
Jared Cameron here at the NGO Conference 2015. I'm here with artist Zhang, Anhua. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I'm here looking at your exhibit, and I've seen some amazing pieces. I saw one specific, had a sandstorm, and it reminded me of Mongolia. You know, I watched the Marco Polo and everything like that, and it looked very familiar. What was your inspiration for some of these pieces here?
他说他看到你这张图片，这里有几张是那个沙尘暴的，让他想到了以前很多东西，包括他看到了以前马可波罗的一些记录里面，包括了这些沙尘暴的东西。那你的灵感，这些作品的灵感是从哪里来的？
就是我呢，曾经是一个环保志愿者，在全中国从事了很多这个环保活动。在这个活动过程当中，我曾经到过内蒙，还有新疆等一些沙漠地区。
让我翻译一下。Okay, so he was an environmental protectionist volunteer before, and he visited many places in China, including Mongolia, as you mentioned, and Xinjiang, basically Tibet, and many other places. And he saw many of these situations in the past.
Wow.
It hasn't finished yet, so he's continuing.
就是在这些地方，我发现了很多这个环保活动过程当中发生很多沙尘暴，使我看到了触目惊心。同时，在中国之外，也有类似的情况，也有沙尘暴的出现。
So that's why when he was in Mongolia and Tibet, he saw a lot of sandstorms like this, which was really thrilling. And it's like environmental protection disruption is very heavily, including many other places in foreign countries as well. He saw sandstorms like this.
所以看到这些情况以后，我们回来就写了很多文章，也发表了很多演讲。同时，我觉得那个还不够，所以就进行美术、摄影、书法的创作。
Okay. And after the visits, he wrote a lot of articles. He took a lot of events to promote this kind of thing, let people know that environmental disruption is everywhere. And on top of that, he decided to make arts like paintings to further promote this kind of idea.
Yeah. So when talking about environmental disruption, what was a moment that was very significant or life-changing for you that really made you feel like this is something I need to speak about?
他说，面对这些环境污染的时候，什么样对你触动最大？然后你决定在那些触动之下，你决定做些什么东西？
就是我们在这个环境保护过程当中，沙尘暴、水体污染气候变化使我们觉得这个地球已经到了非常严峻的地步，所以我们都一起付诸一些行动。比如说我们在全国各地采取一些植树采取一些这个艺术方面的一些呼吁来加强环境保护。
So not only sandstorm, but also water pollution, climate change, global warming that he mentioned during his trips that he visited, and he thinks this is the planet. Basically, our home is in a critical stage that we need to step up and protect it. Such that he organized a lot of events across the country to let people know, let people aware of this situation, and let's step up and protect it.
Well, thank you for using your art to share that with the world, and please keep on leading the charge and spreading the word, because people need to know that the planet is in danger and climate change is real. So thank you so much for that, and we look forward to more of your work around the world.
他说希望你能做更多的事情，然后你也很感谢你做这些活动，让全世界都知道关于空气污染、环境污染的东西，然后希望你以后能有更多的作品出现。
我们也很感谢你们的对这方面的关注，也需要你们一起共同努力，把我们的这个环境问题传得更广，使我们大家都共同行动，加强环境保护，使我们的环境保护行动获得更好的效果。
So he said, thank you for your attention as well, and let's work together to spread the word out to the outer world. Let's work together, step up, and let's protect this environment, let's protect our planet.
For sure. We will definitely work together. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Potential damage that can be done to our Earth. So more than words, I think, as again to use a cliche, a picture is more than a thousand words. Although your words in today's speeches, in the next 2 days, are equally important. May I also end by saying that it's also very unusual to have an artist who is also a long-standing environmental practitioner in the person of Mr. Zhang. And so I do hope that we will be able to see more artworks like this displayed in the UN, and that I hope will also encourage me and my colleagues and the fellow diplomats here in our quite often debate, long-standing debate. But eventually, for example, with this agenda of the Sustainable Development Goals, after actually almost 2 years of discussions and debate, we got it. And so next month, it will culminate, as was described just now, in the signature, and I hope also eventually in the implementation in the next 15 years. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
How's it going, guys? I'm here at the NGO 2015 conference with Professor Chen. How's it going, Professor?
Very good, thank you.
So we're here at the art exhibition from the artist that brought all the pieces from China. He brought photography, oil paintings, and calligraphy. Tell us a little bit about what you thought about the exhibition today.
Oh, it's really very impressive. I think, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, it's most fitting that this exhibition is being held just when this conference, the 3-day conference, is taking place, especially when people, I think, are focusing on environmental issues, and we have those works that display the concern and also the state of our Mother Earth, especially through different genres, as you mentioned. Yeah.
So, for you specifically, was there anything, any specific painting that stood out that really touched you about an issue that you were really adamant about? I mean, we were talking about, just protecting the environment overall, but, there's problems like pollution and, deforestation and stuff like that. Is there anything specifically from where you come from or in your travels that you've seen that has really stood out for you?
Very much so. I think quite often in the UN we negotiate about different issues, having debates, but quite often from our own personal or even in a slightly bigger interest, our national positions, without being aware that after all we are in the same family. So having gone through all those paintings and photography, I think this particular work is most impressive. At first I thought, when I looked at this, I thought, well, were people trying to escape from fire? And then when I also realized that when it was like this, and it occurred to me, oh, it's like a sandstorm. But you can also say that it's like the tidal waves too coming up against you. So I think that represents the pressure we have. And personally, I've been involved with a lot of meetings, and also what we call the UNDCC, the Desertification Convention. So when I traveled through Africa, through Europe, through part of China, the Gobi Desert, you can see very unfortunately some of those areas are expanding. And even in Beijing, for example, every spring you still have what they call the dust storm also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Now, you mentioned the Gobi Desert, so you've been to Mongolia personally, correct? So, was there anything that you saw there that you took notice of, that you thought we might need to come back to Mongolia and revisit this, or just in general something that stood out for you during your travels there?
As a child, actually, we heard and sang some songs, and so Mongolia in particular, reminded me of the grasslands, vast grasslands. But now when you go there, of course, you still see some. But at the same time, with the industrial development, with cultivation, and for example, there were certain vegetables that people ate, actually a sort of fungi. But then, with that, you will have to destroy a lot of grass to get it. Now it has been banned, actually. It's called the hare vegetable. And also Mongolia, in the past 10-15 years, has been developing very fast, partly on the strength of coal mining. But with the coal mines, especially the open pits, and after the development, the dust is also generated as a result. So I think there has to be a balance, between development and environmental preservation and conservation. And so quite often we have to go beyond our personal, our familial, our even national interest to see that
it's not sometimes, I think quite often people may talk about it, but people may not always be aware of it, of the fact that when it's the same planet, it's not just you sacrificing yourself helping others, because at the end of the day, you know, we have this planet which is, you know, being destroyed, you know, at an increasing rate, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
So one last question, you know, since we're on the topic of protecting the environment, you know, and a lot of things that sometimes people shy away from is climate change. Is there anything that you feel we should be paying more attention to in regards to climate change that can possibly help our efforts in protecting the planet and improving and helping the planet grow back to what it used to be?
I think climate change, I think, is a phenomenon to stay for a long time. And however we think about it, of course, first of all, it's sometimes maybe beyond our power. But sometimes, without our realizing it, we are also accelerating the speed of such a change. And so I think now what's good about it is that there is this awareness. But how to translate this awareness into action? Action involving, I think, also money. Right. For example, when I joined the UN 25 years ago, I was hoping that, you know, by the end of my career, I would be able to see a much, much better world. Of course, there have been a lot of improvements, right, but there have also been some what we call retrogressions, right, as well. And that also applies to the environment. Right. In particular, I think to the funding, because I've been involved in all those meetings, the first Rio Summit, and also the financing for development. A lot of documents that were negotiated hard and were actually reached, but not implemented because of the lack of funding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Professor Chen.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure speaking
so nice
with you,
meeting you.
and I look forward to meeting you again in the future.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. What's going on, guys? I'm here at the NGO Conference 2015. I'm here with Martin Zhang. Nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. So, what brings you here today?
So, I come here for my dad's exhibition of artworks. So when I was a little kid, I watched a lot of artworks that he published and he created. He traveled a lot of places, and I knew this world through his arts and his works. And now he finally got a day that he will be able to put his artworks in this United Nations headquarters, which is a big honor of him and also of my family. That's why I'm here to support him, as well as support the environmental protection. And I think we should promote that. We should let the world know that we should protect the environment together. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I agree. And then congratulations to you and your family, you know, for that great honor. Have you been to many of the places that your father has been to, you know, from his inspirations for these works that he's done?
I have been, so he went to a lot of places. I went to some of the places that he went before. Definitely, yes, I saw a lot of environmental disruptions as well. So I live in Beijing for a while. So Beijing has like a enormously, notoriously for smog, as well as like California, San Francisco that I used to live to. So yes, so I see this in my eyes as well as his works. So I know that this is definitely a time that we need to work better. We should utilize more wisely our environment, because this is the resource that would be gone forever if we did not protect it well. So yes.
You know, I actually heard someone mention that there's a bit of a pollution problem over towards China, Mongolia. They talk about a lot about smoke and pollution and things like that. What do you think are some of the reasons for that, and how can we help to kind of lessen that, to take that out of there?
Right. So definitely. So environment disruption is a big issue. It is happening in China right now. I think it's also happened in many other places during the Industrial Revolution, as we call it. So this is part of the this is part of the Industrial Revolution that we need to step up, and we need to get economic growth. Then we will do some impacts. Sometimes it's bad impact to the environment.
Right.
So China is during the stage right now. So I just hope that China will be more wisely. The government, especially the leaders of the China, can do much better to thinking about growing the economy as well as let's maintain the environment and let's do it better. Let's do less interruptions. Let's do less disruptions to the environment. So a lot of other countries, including United States, including European countries, they have been through this stage, but now they have already completed. They now have to do much better job in protecting the environment. So I think now it's like developing countries like China, like Brazil, step up to do this thing, to follow what developing countries has done to protect the environment much better.
Last question. Do you have any thoughts on maybe some scientific or technological advances that we can do to maybe help with the pollution, as far as, let's say, solar panels and things like that? I know that's becoming more popular in terms of talks, and energy is really being monitored and transformed in the way that we use it now. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a perfect question, and that is definitely one of the ways that people should work on. So I work on my doctoral thesis at Purdue University on how to improve the solar panel efficiency by doing all kinds of technological work. So I personally believe that solar panels or solar photovoltaics will be the future, because this is clean energy, is renewable, is kind of unlimited. And once we have this thing, we can protect environment as well as we can have a lot of energies to use. So I think definitely this is one of the best way to carry on the economic growth without polluting the environment. Yes, so as well as other energies like wind energy, like water, like nuclear energy, they are one of the, or few of the alternative renewable energy as well. But I think among all those kind of side effects and the cost-wise, I think solar panels will be the future that we should, everyone should work on, and everyone should be live on with in the next few years. Yeah.
Well, Martin, thank you for your insight, and best luck to you and your future steps.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your attention.
No problem. What's going on, guys? I'm here at the NGO 2015 conference, and look who I ran into. None other than Mr. Luke Destin. How you doing?
Hi, great. It's great to be here. It's good to see you as well.
Good to see you. It's good to see you too. So what brings you here?
The NGO conference is it's very important to the United Nations, and it's something that has been a long wait. Something that's very needed for the United Nations to be involved. Aurora Aquino's Ambassador Aurora Aquino is also very instrumental in this conference, and I also like to support her in everything that she does.
Great. So, we're here at the exhibition right now. We had the artist come from China and show all his stuff. Did you see anything that really stood out to you, that was inspiring, that made you feel something?
I think each piece, with the calligraphy and the artwork, I think each piece told its own story. So I don't have a favorite. I'm a favorite of every piece. It says exactly and represents exactly what NGO is all about. And I think it's wonderful. I mean, he's a great artist and very impressive. He just presented a piece to President Obama, and we're happy to have him here.
Very nice. Was there anything in particular that stood out to you? Or more importantly, he speaks on a lot of the issues of protecting the environment. Is there something there that really speaks to you as well?
I think our Earth is suffering tremendously by pollution, by building of buildings and tearing down the environment. So it's not just happening here in the United States, it's all happening all over the world. And our Earth, our trees, our animals, they're suffering for it. And on top of that, people are suffering from it. So, I think each piece represents exactly what needs to be portrayed. And I mean, you can look at each artwork and really get a feel of what it stands for and what NGO represents.
So, okay, switching gears a little bit. It's August right now, but next week it's going to be September, and we all know what that means. New York Fashion Week is coming up. I know you're the man when it comes to New York Fashion Week.
17 years.
24 hours for 7 days straight. I know sleep is a myth at that point.
2 or 3 hours a day during New York Fashion Week, but the whole Fashion Week itself is not just New York Fashion Week, it's also Paris Fashion Week, and it's London Fashion Week, so
it starts the cycle.
Yes, and I'm sure I have to be there as well, so
I know you're looking forward to it. You know what, me personally, I'm always looking forward to what your outfits are going to be like. Yes. I'm definitely one person that looks towards you to see what the trends are, to see what's
course.
new, what's fresh.
Yes.
So I'm gonna keep my eye on you for that, for some tips.
Definitely.
But is there any show or anything that you're doing that you're particularly interested in keeping your eye on for this coming Fashion Week?
One thing I'm doing I'm very proud of. I'm going to actually do my own fashion show, my first show.
Okay.
Going to be held at the end of September at Gilded Lily. And so I'm really excited about that. And I think Aurora and I are going to collaborate something together and have something here at the United Nations.
Nice.
What's very impressive is also usually Diane von Furstenberg has her fashion shows here at the United Nations. So that's also very impressive. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, please let us know. Keep us abreast of what's going on.
Yes.
You know, I wish you the best of luck, and I can't wait till the next time we cross paths again.
Yes,
So
absolutely. I look forward to it.
thank you so much.
No problem.
See you guys. How's it going? I'm here at the 2015 NGO conference with Miss Aurora Aquino. I just want to say thank you for having me here. Thank you for the invite to be able to be a part of this whole conference. And we're standing here at the art exhibition of Zhang Anhua. What did you think about his pieces?
Oh, actually, I like it very much as an artist. And surprisingly enough, people came to see his work. And it's actually fascinating, mixing the work of oil and watercolor and then pictures. So, these combinations of art is actually different. And while you combine the three of them, in one, and then do the exhibit here in United Nations is a very, very big accomplishment. And I'm very happy to be here since I was invited to be here and to be part of this art exhibit of Beijing, China. And very happy with Mr. Zhang Anhua to be invited. What else to say about art? Art is for lovers and art is for everything. And that's all my comment on this exhibit. Thank you.
Thank you so much.